One of the biggest methods we teach within content creation to our coaching students is called SIRVE, SIRVEE. Okay, the S stands for strategic. You got to have some sort of strategy within your content. The I stands for intentional. It's got to be intentional to match whoever it is that you're working with, your avatar or niche. The R is relatable, right? Because in marketing, that's what we're doing. We're relating to people. Okay. The V is got to be value based, right? If it's not valuable, don't expect it to not get any engagement. Okay. The E stands for educational. I mean, somebody has to be educated, maybe have their mindset shifted, think a little bit differently, right? And the last E is entertaining. Got to throw a little bit of entertainment in there. It's got to be showing your personality or something like that. Look, that's what sells these days. It's entertainment. Why do you think TikTok's so hot? Even though I hate TikTok, it's entertaining, right? Short, entertaining. So SIRVE, okay? That is the method that you want to use with your guys' content creation. So that's exactly what we did in this episode. Is we did a laser focused coaching episode with a health and fitness professional by the name of Melissa, and she had a huge kind of problem, big mess with her content creation, and we implemented this SIRVE method with some really cool tactics. So check it out, take notes, and then go implement it yourself.
All right, guys, welcome back to another laser focused coaching session. We got Melissa Nieves in the house. Did I pronounce your name right?
You did. You did.
All right. There's a little sweat dripping down my back, but welcome. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Day. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give us a quick 60-second snapshot. I want the audience to know a little bit more about who you are and just who do you serve as a coach?
Yeah. So I actually just started my own business. It's called Thrive with Mel. I help women who feel undervalued. There is this kind of diet toxic culture that I'm kind of fighting against. It's what I grew up with. I actually grew up very morbidly obese. I was 235 at my heaviest. And 2 years ago, I decided to start taking my freedom back. And I want to help other women who feel stuck be able to realize that they have so much power within them and they can absolutely do what what their heart desires. Y'all are so capable. And I love being able to be a witness in their lives and help facilitate that. Not just the physical aspect, because I am a personal fitness trainer, but the holistic side that allows healing so that you can really shine through.
Yeah. Awesome. No, and congrats on that journey. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's shift over to just doing some numbers, within your business. So let's say 6 months from now, Melissa, where would you want your income to be monthly? And then how many online clients would you like to have?
Yeah. So these are numbers I've been playing with actually. So, I have been live in my business for about 2 months now. Cool. And 6 months from now, I'm hoping I would love to be in that 10K range minimum, and serving about 10 women consistently, rotating through. Those I would say are my short-term goals.
Okay. No, I like that. I like that. And then, congrats on that launch. I mean, 2 months is still early in, but it's good. You got to start somewhere. So are you just doing fully online coaching or are you doing a blend of in-person as well?
So it actually morphed into hybrid. So when I structured my business, I structured it to be an online platform because we are a military family and I didn't want to have to kind of restart, but God has different plans, right? And so we're supposed to have orders to leave and we're in this area for another 3 years. So it'll be 7 years in this area. And so with that, we already have a network of people. And so I did take on an in-person client. And so my business is actually split right now.
Honestly, that's the best way. So I'm happy to hear that. So so what do you think that biggest gap in just what do you think that's holding you back to get to those, that 10K month range and then just 10 clients?
Honestly, it's probably myself, right? Most of the time, I think it is ourselves that we're in our own way. But really, when it comes down to it, it's marketing in a way that I guess feels authentic. I don't ever want to come across as like trying to push myself onto people. I really want it to happen naturally And yeah, I don't want to like, yeah, feel forceful in any way. And so finding a way to market myself that allows that to happen, I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. No, and that's fine. I love how you just said like, why usually it is, right? We are in our own way. So marketing. So if just, I'm trying to figure out like what we can best help you with within this coaching session. So is it just more about, do you feel like you're struggling with like the messaging, speaking to those people, so then they sit there and take action? Or is it just about just different marketing tactics to just literally, start conversations and get them on the phone calls?
So that's, it's a bit of both. So one, like one of my biggest things was like coming up with a consistent content strategy, right? Like I can probably ramble on about, random things, but I want it to be something that's worth listening to. I don't want to talk just for the sake of talking. And having that consistency and being able to pull those topics in. And then, also finding the right way to market myself to that demographic that I'm targeting for these women.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's go ahead, Chris, and put that timer on there.
Yep.
All right.
One second. All right. What are you thinking?
So I'm thinking here too, just different ways for, kind of how we outlined that with Aaron yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was pretty good to just have different strategies to go into with marketing, or we could go into the whole like conversation of just messaging and, really identifying pain points, wants, desires, needs, and solutions.
Yeah, what would help you out, Melissa, most? Like maybe putting together content, like, schedule and actually like a framework with that you can use, or would it be maybe figuring out like the messaging so that you're speaking to the right people?
Probably the first, the content and like how to put it.
Content?
Yeah, how to put it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you a framework that we use like with our students with creating content. Okay, so the very first one right here is basically speaking to their pains and wants. So this is where you're going to sit there and talk about like your ideal avatar and niche, what their exact pain points are and what their frustrations are, what their long-term fears are if they don't change the problem in their health and fitness journey, right? And then also too, like what's their wants, what's their desires, right? What's their aspirations? What's the long-term kind of like goals that specific niche wants? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, because you said you work with females.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Are they moms? Are they busy moms, like CEOs?
So they are moms. They are moms. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm targeting like stay-at-home moms by any means, but definitely women in their they're like in their 30s, 20 to 30s, who are just, I don't know, I feel like by default women are pretty used to just like putting themselves on the back burner, right? And you get burnt out, and so you want to fill that cup again, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah. And I would just say really quick, I would say even bump up that age range to at least 30 to 40 to 50, just because they're going to have more disposable income to pay a higher premium ticket of like $2,000 for you to help them. And they have greater pain points to solve. It's just, in the 20 range, it's tough. It's a tough sell to say, hey, pay me $2,000, $1,000 for my services. Yep.
Okay. Any questions on that one with the pains and the wants?
No, that does make sense.
Okay, cool. So the next one is what we call connection, and we'll say it's personal. So these are important too, like exactly what you said about your story, right? That you were obese, right? And you were like a certain weight, and that you had that transformation. You have to share that journey, with people, because again, people buy coaches, not coaching. And it's the relatability that really attracts them to you. So you were talking about like just marketing that has people like attract, them to you. it starts with like your story. It starts with connecting with people, being very personable, and telling and sharing all those things that you kind of went through throughout the journey, and what was a major kind of transformation.
Yep.
Okay. So sharing my story.
Yep. And then the next one is value. Okay. So the value is basically like your expertise as a coach. So do you have like a specific like method or specialty that you focus on within like health and fitness coaching?
Yeah. So I love strength training.
Okay.
I do powerlifting, but so strength training has my heart. But along with that, I actually focus on, there's an emphasis on mindset. So right now in my program, there are specific tasks that are done every day to help build, positive habits and counter, the ones that are no longer needed. There is a lot of like self-awareness that is brought into the program. And I actually have seen it in my clients. So this has been interesting as a new business owner. The difference of someone choosing to actually adhere to the mindset tasks that are done and someone that is not.
All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training. Okay. Now look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay, we have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, your offer. Okay. Now back to the training.
One was definitely more successful than the other in long-term rates. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. Like it was just reaffirming that like how important it is to really bring mindset into your fitness for these long-term results. So yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's great. So that's what we're going to talk about then, in the social media content every week too, is like strength training, powerlifting, mindset. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them the goodies, right? When we do this, and then we're going to sell the implementation. So it's okay if you give them like a lot of good stuff, right? Because at the end of the day, what happens in coaching is people are going to pay for the implementation. That's what they're going to hire you for.
Yeah. And another way to look at it, Melissa, is you're just teaching the what, you're not teaching the how. They pay you for the how.
Okay. I've not heard that. That's good.
And the next one is, we'll say results. And that's basically like social proof. That's case studies. That's testimonials. That's screenshots, right? A lot of people think that they have to have this huge, like, transformation of like weight loss to be able to show that they like help them out. And that's like farther from the truth, right? You could even have a screenshot that shows that, wow, like they had this like quick mindset type of like, win, right? They had like a strength training type of like win. And those are great kind of social proofs you can put on stories on Instagram and Facebook. So don't think you have to have this major transformation. Okay.
Yes.
And then the last one is, this is the best one, repurpose.
Yeah.
So way too many health and fitness coaches sit there and try to create content, just brand new content every single day, every single week, every single month. And it gets exhausting, to be honest, Melissa. It really does, And the thing is like, some of these pieces of content here that we've posted, throughout the weeks are really, really good, So it's like we could go back every month and be like, hey, let's look at some of these pieces of content that we posted throughout the weeks. Like which one got the most likes and the most engagements and the most views and shares. And we repurpose that, right? We can use the same caption. We can change the creative to like a video, another picture, another reel, but we can sit there and just repurpose a lot of our content. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time.
Yeah. And one more little bonus tip on this, Melissa, you could even do a little bit of what's called Repel based marketing. So literally you're calling the people out that you want to work with and the people you don't want to work with. And a lot of coaches are afraid to do this, but again, you have to look at social media as business media, not social media. You're on there to look for your ideal clients and help and serve people. So don't be afraid to just like call people out on their, for lack of better terms, their bullshit. And just say you could easily do a post like, this is who I don't want to work with. This is who I want to work with. And it repels the people, to just, okay, back off. Melissa's not my coach. Yeah.
So any questions on this whole entire like content framework?
No, actually, I think that's pretty straightforward and nice. Like it's a good guide to follow, excuse me. And the Repel marketing, I actually, I do like that because, like I don't want necessarily everyone. So you're absolutely right. And like the people that follow me, I want them to be quality. I don't want them there just to be there. So I like that.
Yeah, I'd rather have like 100 like raving fan followers that are gonna, pay and value my stuff than have like thousands of people just always just looking at my stuff and doing nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. And then this is all we do.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm just plug this in really quick to where it's like now this becomes a social media, content calendar to where we just pick some of these different ones on here, right? So maybe we start the week off with like giving some value. Then we go on Tuesday and give a personal kind of like post. And then right here, we share like a case study. And then what else? Then we do maybe something with like the pains and wants. And then right here, maybe we repurpose something from last week. And then we can have some wild cards here, but it all depends, too, Melissa, how many times you want to post like per week too. It doesn't have to be 7 days a week,
Yeah. No, that's good. And then like obviously, so this business Instagram, obviously it was my personal Instagram from the beginning. So this has been around for a bit now, right? And so like I know that like the biggest pillars in my life are my faith and my family and helping women see the value in becoming fit and healthy. And so I think one of the things that I've struggled with and had a mental block with is feeling like I'm still able to be truly authentic in myself in my content when I'm putting things out there. How do you, I know that y'all are Christian as well, and you have your faith. How do you find that balance?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And we struggled with that, even like a year ago to start implementing more faith-based content and just really just talking about that. So I would just slowly ease your way into it. Don't feel pressure. Just let it kind of come. And then just, just go off the data, see what people say and just go from there. But to me, I'm always going to say, just be authentic, just stand by your values. And you said your values, faith, family, and fitness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So stand by that, and whoever, like I said, you're going to attract those right people, and the people that aren't for you, they're not going to they're going to go away. And we honestly, that's what we want. So don't be afraid to do it. Just do it slow. But yeah, that's just my best advice. Cause at first it is a little bit kind of tricky. Like, ooh, like I don't want to turn people off. I don't want to get too religious, and I get it, but definitely share those things. It is important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Was this helpful, Melissa?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Good. Thank you.
Awesome.
And I know you said you had did you have any other questions that you wanted to be answered?
Oh, yeah. So sorry, we're getting a little background noise. So if you can hear me, I apologize. So with how you do your packaging, right? So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out too is, do you recommend having different, like type of packages, so your low ticket and high ticket, so that you can market to people of different income brackets, right? So again, like having wanting to help these women, right? Not everyone is going to be able to afford a $1,000 program, etc. So one of the things I've been struggling with is, maybe do I create some sort of like monthly subscription that gives them like the basics, right? But it doesn't necessarily have me in there coaching them. It's kind of self-guided. Or do you think time would be better spent in really honing in on that high end?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll answer this like really quick. So we did this for another person on this coaching session yesterday. Just literally mapping out her whole high ticket, low ticket offer and everything to add into there. But yeah, always go with the high ticket and then have like a low ticket that's monthly, just to get people in the door and buy that trust and build the confidence. And all the price point stuff is totally up to you, how much accessibility, but you always want that high ticket. But if people can't afford it, no big deal. You sell them into the low ticket and build that trust, and eventually they'll sign on longer with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to ask Melissa, what was the biggest takeaway from just like the whole content calendar?
Yeah, no. One, I love that it really wasn't as difficult as I thought it was. I think we overthink things and make it complicated. So I love that this was simple. And I really appreciate, the value, right? That you touch on that, because a lot of times it's, well, what can you do for me? And I don't want to ever come across as that coach. Like, what can you guys do for me? It's like, no, like, how can I help serve you? Like, that is the point. And so I love that this structure will allow me to do that.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool. Yeah. No, that's good. And I'm glad that was helpful. So I want to see you take action on it. Okay. So do some posts, tag us in there. So I know that you're doing it.
Okay. Absolutely.
Cool. And then before I let you go, where can the listeners connect with you and just see everything that you're doing?
Yeah. So I'm mainly on Instagram, and it's at thrive.with.mel. So Thrive with Mel.
All right.
Yeah, on Instagram. Thanks.
You're welcome. We'll have that all plugged up in the show notes. So guys, go take a look at what Melissa's doing. She's going to be doing some cool stuff. She's going to be rolling out some really good content. So go follow her.
Thanks.
All right, Melissa. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
No, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You bet.
You're very welcome. All right, guys. Until next time.
I know that was a lot of gold in there, right? With coaching up Melissa, like literally coaching her up so she can literally implement that into her content to serve her health and fitness coaching clients, right? So other than that though, if you guys want more of these laser focused coaching sessions, we did a really cool one with another coach named Ron. He is basically doing a lot of one-to-one, face-to-face, basically trading time for money. Okay, we helped him kind of map out a group coaching model that could really kind of have him serve more people, create more income, and also free up more time. So if you guys want to check out that laser coaching session with Ron on how to implement a group style coaching model if you're a health and fitness professional, then check it out right here.